Maybe I'll just leave this here with you.
Let him pass. Let him pass.
Will Smith, Independence Day, a movie about aliens invading Earth. But now the United Nations is getting ready for a contact with aliens from outer space. This is Moslin Othman. She's out of Malaysia. She will be planet Earth's first interstellar diplomat. And Michio Kaku is a theoretical physics professor, also host of the Science Channel series, Sci-Fi Science Physics of the Impossible, which is doing great, by the way. How are you doing, by the way?
Very good.
Nice to see you, Michio. And I don't know, is this a goofy idea? Is this a serious idea? What the world is the UN doing involved in this?
Well, don't expect flying saucers to land on the White House lawn anytime soon, announcing, "Take me to your leader." It sounds like a goofball idea, but here's the rationale. Sometime later this year, maybe early next year, astronomers will announce that we have discovered Earth-like twins in outer space. And when we gaze out the night sky, somebody may be gazing back at us. But it's not going to be a two-way conversation. It's not like E.T. phone home. It's going to be a one-way conversation, eavesdropping on aliens from outer space, perhaps.
So even if we were able to send a signal, how would we communicate?
That's exactly right. If you have a message in a bottle in the ocean, you can't communicate back to the people sending the message in a bottle, right?
Which makes it seem all kind of strange and good. I can understand if you came up with the idea. I can understand if NASA came up with the idea. But what about the United Nations?
I think they want to stake a claim because right now there are no protocols. There's no way to address an alien ambassador. There's no way to set up how trade would be, how communications and information would be exchanged. So I think they want to like put a stake in the ground and say, we claim this in the name of the United Nations.
Now I know there are others who believe in life in outer space, and they believe perhaps they've even touched down here on planet Earth already. Mm-hmm. But the point that you make about these satellites in the coming year, the Kepler and is it the Karot satellite?
Yeah, the Karot satellite,
they're
French
looking
satellite.
deep into space, right?
That's right.
They might be able to find signs of life.
That's right.
But the signs of life would be like, they'd be microbes, right?
Probably.
Michio's walking around up there.
No. So far we have found 500 giant planets in outer space, but none of them are Earth-like. And that's where the Kepler, a U.S. satellite, and Karot, a French satellite, are the wild cards. Sometime later this year or next year, we expect them to announce. Astronomers will announce that we found it. The Holy Grail, an Earth-like twin in outer space. But that doesn't mean they have Fox News. That doesn't mean they have TV, radio.
Or the Science Channel, right? Now, do you know Moslin Othman, the woman out of Malaysia? Have you heard of her before?
No, never. It's the United Nations Office of Outer Space Affairs, a very obscure agency of the UN. Right?
Very obscure, I would say. But we've tried this before. Was it 1977? We sent a message to outer space and...
On the Pioneer, the Voyager.
That got us nowhere, did it?
Right. And first, I think it's premature for us to announce our presence in outer space until we know their intentions, right? I mean, they may view us as lunch, in which case maybe it's a good idea to keep ourselves a little bit obscure
and
for a while.
And as someone said, if they're looking for intelligent life, they don't want to start the United Nations. That was what they said anyway. Michio, thank you. We'll see how the department does, and who knows, maybe they'll give us an interview. And so when that alien touches down and watches your program, by gosh, you can give him the signal.
Okay.
Thank you, Michio.
Don't listen to him.
The New York Times reports on the discovery of an Earth-like planet 1 solar system away. This image shows how the surface of the rocky planet might look. It is the closest potentially habitable world ever detected outside our solar system. Charlie D'Agata in London shows us why astronomers are so excited. Charlie, good morning.
Good morning. Well, in the quest to find life on other planets, astronomers say there are really two deal breakers. There's got to be that, a star that kind of acts like the sun, and some of this. They think this planet has both, and it's been sitting under their noses all along. Turns out the next star over in our privileged little corner of the galaxy has a planet that looks a lot like ours. At a mere 4.2 light years away, Proxima b is sitting right on our astronomical doorstep. Huge news, just ask theoretical physicist Michio Kaku.
Astronomers have hit the jackpot. This is a dream.
He's a fool who sold himself to capitalists who care nothing about science. They worship money. Don't listen to him.
Always something that I've done, but I don't want to live that way. Reading into every word you say. You said that you could let it go.
want to bring the girls out again? No?
Oh, no, they're gorgeous. Well, welcome to the 50th anniversary.
50th anniversary.
How the heck did that happen?
I don't know. It's time warp. I've been discussing time and warping time and time-space with some famous scientists. I'm doing something up in Canada which may sell, they may sell that show called The Truth Is in Our Stars. And I've talked to Michio Kaku and David Suzuki, and I'm going in a couple of weeks to talk to Dr. Stephen Hawking. And I tried to get through his book, A Brief History of Time. It's not brief. And it doesn't have much to do with history. And everybody I've met who is acquainted with the subject, I'm continually asking, look, I hear space-time all the time. No, space-time, it's space-time. That without space, without time, it's time and the space is the time.
Hard to comprehend what it is.
Well, I don't comprehend what it is, so I ask these very important people who are working in the field, what is space-time? And they say, well, the gravitational force takes the photon of a light and it bends the photon of the light. So without space, without time, you cut the time that comes. I said, well, wait a minute. If in 13, and I said this to Dr. Kaku, in 13.5 years, he says, no, 13.8 billion years. He corrected me by 0.3 billion years. If that photon, I said to him, if that photon of light at that farthest galaxy takes 13.8 billion years to reach my eye, isn't that time? And he said, yes, but the space-time and the time and the space and the space and the time. And I couldn't understand, my opening sentence to everybody, including it will be to Dr. Hawking, what is space-time? And I can't, and I know 17 people just raised their hands. I'll tell you about space-time. But it's a concept that I just can't get through my head.
Well, you can understand time, the passage of time.
Are you going to explain to me what space-time is?
Yes. And you can understand the idea that there's space, there's a distance between you and these 6,000 people.
Wow. You said that with a measure of pride, too.
Yeah.
Creation, 6,000 people are in the audience.
But it takes a certain amount of time
Yes.
for you to pass from here all the way over to the other side of the auditorium.
Right, that's space.
That is time going, that is time going through space.
You see, that's not what they mean at all. That shows me that you have no idea. I mean, so the guy said, one of the gentlemen said, well, there are 3 dimensions, space, length, width, right? And then you add the concept of time.
That's the
so
fourth
something
dimension.
happens within that space, you got time. That's the 4th dimension. Yeah. And I said, well, I get that. Something happens within a cube, and you have time, and then you have length and breadth and width. And I get what's the 5th dimension, I said.
That's a fantastic band.
A fantastic band. That was my first thing. So I said, just give me another, because he said there's 11, then he said there's 17, and then I heard lately there's 26 other spaces,
Dimensions,
multiverses. So, no, wait a minute. So I said, well, just give me one other dimension. I don't care about 16 or 17 or 26. What is the 5th dimension? What is it? Give me another dimension. And the answer is, we can't conceive of that.
you know, right.
So
that doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
well, it doesn't mean it does exist. You know, so I mean, so I said to Dr. Kaku, he said, it's in the, because he's working on string theory. You know about string theory.
Yeah, and I find that incredibly confusing too.
But we're not talking about the stuff you wrap a package about, Adam. It's vibration of some kind in a string. Okay? So I said, He said, it's like music. I said, well, I understand an orchestra with vibrating instruments. I got that. What do you play? What's your instrument? What do you do? When you get up in the morning, doctor, what do you do? And he says, it's all in my head. I think. I said, well, how do you prove what you're thinking exists? Because it's all theory. He said, well, I've got this very elegant numbers equation, yeah. Very E/B divided to 7 to 4. It's all in his head. How do you prove a black hole? How do you know those gravitational waves proved the collision of two black holes?
Somehow, eventually, they are able to observe phenomena.
No, they can't observe. It's too far away. It's too theoretical. How do we know what they're saying is true? You know what it really is? It's all science fiction.
So does that make you a skeptic?
No, well, science fiction says this is a story that I'm making up, and there's this thing called wormholes, and that's a science fiction concept. Although these scientists say there are wormholes. How do you know?
Let's just go out and shop and grease a big nickel.
We have reached a landmark settlement with the nation's largest banks.
They take our property away, just like Thomas Jefferson said they would. Those sons of bitches! It's the greatest theft in human history.
Thank you.
That the century of central banking was also the century of total war.
Bring our troops home. What have they done to the American dream? What have they done to the American dream? What have they done to the American dream? What have they done to my American dream? What have they done to the American dream? What have they done to my American dream? What have they done to the American dream? American dream, American dream. They Just look at them up there as they stand up and smile, as they want to announce that women can now serve on that front Green Mile. No mention of now how the fact that more soldiers killed themselves in 2012 than KIA by the enemy. What's going on here? Bin Laden dead, Hussein dead, even motherfucking Gaddafi. Only 2 of those got videos that spread. Now it seems second inauguration, one limps, but neither one seems right in the head. But don't worry, everything's fine. Dollars in decline as karma always bounces it in time. GDP's a joke, we be making nothing but bombs, yo. What the hell is wrong with most of you? No space program, no kids dreaming about going up anymore. What have they done to my American dream? What have they done to my American dream? What have they done to my American dream? American dream, American dream. What have they done to the American dream? What have they done to the American dream? What have they done to our American dream? American dream, American dream. So yeah, hey, why not? Let's just keep trading up our gold for that worthless paper. As we all watch our national pride go to vapor, preemptive war will never come to these shores. Man, I miss Ron Paul bad, and the dreams of the peaceful future we could have all had. But now we are left with a culture gone mad. Everyone just straight tripping as we spend ourselves into oblivion. All of you whom poked and joked and prodded at the 9/11 truthers for having to facilitate this dark future. We were only asking questions. Now 11 years plus, you see who it is really who truthfully has the violence obsession. Is this a new year or is this a new low? Will we choose love or will we choose fear? Or will we just be dealt another blow? What have they done to the American dream? What have they done to the American dream? What have they done to the American dream? American dream, my American dream. What have they done to the American dream? What have they done to my American dream? What have they done to the American dream? American dream, American dream. What have they done to our American dream? What have they done to my American dream? What have they done to our American dream? American dream, American dream.
I will force spiders and badgers on the enemy and get them all to shut up.
I don't have any more money!
Look at this frickin' Masonic cocksucker. Oh my goodness gracious.
She's out of Malaysia. She will be Planet Earth's first interstellar
Check out this
diplomat.
bullshit.
And Michio.
Yeah, I don't want to watch this fucking ad.
Maybe I'll just.
It frankly does not
Maybe
matter.
I'll just leave this here with you.
There's nothing you can do. These fucking idiots are gonna crash the dollar.
Maybe I'll just leave this here with you.
I do not know what else to tell you.
Will Smith, Independence.
Yeah, Will Smith and Independence Day, right. Will Smith is gonna fucking leave this motherfucker, I can tell you that.
Maybe I'll just leave this here with you.
So anyway, people. Real Neo.
Maybe I'll just leave this here with you.
One love. I can sit here for literally until Alaska fucking comes
Maybe I'll just
out
leave this here with you.
and fucking refresh this bullshit. And this is gonna fucking balance
Maybe I'll
it
just
out
leave this
right
here with you.
You know why? Because guess what?
Will Smith, Independence
I'm
Day.
being honest with you, and these people are fucking trying to steal
Maybe I'll just leave this
everything
here.
that is laying around. So,
Maybe I'll just leave this here with you.
yeah. Why don't you go fuck yourself, you stupid fucking loser?
Will Smith, Independence Day.